today we continue on our market. Good morning and welcome to MorningCraft. Hope you're having a good morning so far. And grab a drink, get comfortable. Let's begin. So the centre of our town has become quite stagnant recently. We've just blown up bits and pieces of it as the story has unfolded. But our new market hall is going to bring a new lease of life to this area and a reason to overhaul a bunch of the builds around it. I'm basing this heavily off of the Peace Hall in Halifax, West Yorkshire. It's about 30% larger in real life, and it has 315 separate rooms. Or at least it did when it was first built in 1779. It used to look pretty different and have cobbles all around it. But in 2017 it was reopened after a 3-year-long refurbishment. If you've made it this far into the video, I want to know if you are a fan of history. It was originally a cloth hall where weavers could sell woolen cloth pieces that they had produced. After the Industrial Revolution, most of the trade here stopped. The large mills that were so much more productive would trade directly with the merchants. It still exists to this day as a market, but now it sells more novelty items, has a few bars, cafes and bakeries. And all in all, it's a really, really beautiful place to visit. My favourite thing is the tree line and church spire that you can see from within. So, history discussed, let's speed on with the build. Although we've got a story thing first. Generally happens around this time. Here we go.
With the Witan reaching a conclusion and the Dawn Protectorate established into a formal alliance, Landerstone and the King formalized a new truce that would shape the balance of power within the continent. The Sun-Sea Pact was formed. Mornington would fortify the throat of the continent with a giant wall. Able to protect the north from the Alufians, Valkyria would sink any military ship that attempts to stray too far from harbour. The Sun-Sea Pact, however, was not as strong as it seemed, for beneath Mount Olaf, the tallest mountain in the continent, sits a mining town known as the Heap. Within the Heap is a secret that could defeat the Pirate King once and for all.
Okay, that's enough of the story for now. Let's get back to the build, and you can see me here raising absolutely everything within. I had to spend quite a while XP farming to fix up my shovel after this. But you can see me taking away all the dirt and the stone that shouldn't really be there. It's got this sort of really cool sloped courtyard inside. They also do sort of music things here, which is pretty cool. The slope really helps with that. So let's go over a few comments while I add some detail to this build. We've got a comment from the Desolator, who says it's going to be huge and a lot of shops. Here it is. Lots of sandstone, not fun to mine. The shops will be good though. And we got a comment from Sleepiest Panda, who says they're going to miss the old market, as it's one of the sort of newer things they remember when they first started watching. Ravenpaw agrees that they should remove the Phantom. Honestly, I really dislike Phantoms. Worst thing in the game. And Mr. Firebirdie remembers the market hall was the first thing they saw on this channel. but he does think that the new version looks much better and more refined. Thank you all for the lovely comments, and let's get back to the build. Also remember, daily quote, end of the video, might help you out with your day, who knows. So you can see me here putting in the sort of weird patio. It's not weird, it's actually really nice, really beautiful, but it was kind of hard to scale this. I really struggled with it, so it looks weird the way I've done it. In real life it's really cool though. It's got like fountains and stuff. I'll try and recreate that. A bit hard to do though. One of my favourite things is how you can see other builds just sort of poking about. You can see a house halfway through the wall, the head of a Viking ship as well, like a little dragon of it. You'd think the people of this town wouldn't want to see dragons anymore. But yeah, you can see me sort of smoothing this out, making some nice walkways. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. But if you had a shop in this market hall, what would you sell? And this isn't one of those weird questions like the canoe. If you come up with an idea, I'm actually going to put it in. I've got a few ideas for some of the more regular commenters on the channel. But if you comment what you'd have in here, I'll make sure to build that. And here we can see the build almost complete. Still got to lay down a bit more floor, some internal walls, and a little bit of extra detailing. The next episode will be the final episode on this sort of new mega build. I'm not going to drag it out for 10 episodes like the cathedral, although that wasn't dragged out, it just genuinely took that long. So thank you so much for watching, hope you've had a good morning, and I'll see you in the next episode of MorningCraft. Already told you what we're going to do. We're going to be finishing off the market hall, and I've actually already done it at the time of editing. Looks really good, so you'll have to stay tuned to see what happens there. I'm also going to come back to it and put in all of the shops that you suggest, so make sure to comment down below. And if you've done that, scroll back up and check out this awesome daily quote. Here we go.